So tell me about one of the things I remember you mentioned with your submission form was you talked about how when you guys were looking for providers and that kind of thing and planning out the births, you had some hesitancy about some things. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So, we found out we were pregnant, which super excited. It was planned and, very excited and stoked to be expanding our family when Emily got pregnant with our son Emerson. And so she put on the table pretty early on wanting to have a home birth for a variety of reasons, but one is her having some hesitancy about sort of the medicalization of what happens once you're in labor at a hospital and some of the interventions that come in. And she was a believer in wanting to be safe, but also kind of have all of our kids in a natural way as possible. And so I was, having never been through it before, not knowing a whole lot about pregnancy and labor and delivery, I was like, hey, can we go with the experts first? Not to say that, and this is just me being naive, but most people go to the hospital to have a kid. Can we do that at least for our first try? And so we landed in that place, and I'm grateful for that, and also even more grateful that she was able to convince me that having a doula work with us before, during, and after the birth would be beneficial, not only to her but to me as well. And like most things in our relationship in my life, she was right. And so our doula, Lisa, she was not only our doula for our first kid, but she's been at the birth for all three of our kiddos. So, and now I joke around with my friends that, it's not joking. I'm dead serious that I really believe that every birth should have a doula partnership, because of just not only how helpful it was for Emily, but as the partner to have somebody kind of in my corner, like, hey, John, go do this. Or remember we talked about X, we don't want to do that intervention right now. And so go say this. And so, or you haven't eaten anything in a while, or I haven't seen you have a drink of water. So someone to sort of keep me in line per se, so that I could be as present and helpful for Emily through all three, even though, at times I don't think she needed much from me, but, so, I'm a firm believer in it now, and that grew out of being hesitant, we can figure this out. I can figure this out on my own. And I can't imagine not having a doula be part of our, sort of the birth process for all of our kids. And now also and, the home birth, for Bea and Lenora, I can't imagine it being any different either.
Let's see. I've got a lot of questions. You distilled a lot of information real fast.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Sorry, I unloaded a lot there.
Tell me about your initial